anybody's ball game. They lose by 6, but I think they've proved a point yet again. The Stars are vulnerable, and perhaps in Game 2, they could turn the tables.
Indeed, perhaps they could. Let's check it out now, the starting fives for both teams.
Okay, for the Auckland Stars, Kenny Stone at one forward, Peril Cameron at center, Ricky Struthers, 6'10" at the other forward, Ralph Lattimore and Adrian Boyd at the guards. And for the Bears, John Carr, one of the veterans at 6'2" at the point guard. Jacques Taz. Now here's a player who's been in the league almost as long as the league has been going. He stands 6'7". John Lacey, the center, at 6'8". Willie Banks and Richard Lamy.
Welcome to the ASB Stadium in Auckland for the second quarterfinal playoff game between the BP Bears from New Plymouth and the Auckland Caltech Stars. I'm Tom Hyde. With me is Neil Stevens. Our statistician is Dee Wallace. Referees are Stan Baddock and Wayne Stark, and the Stars are underway. And Neil, the BP Bears are staring down the barrel of a gun.
Yes, this is a must-win situation for the BP Bears, having lost the first quarterfinal game in New Plymouth on Tuesday night. The BP Bears in the 3 encounters against the Caltech Stars this year have put in some very good performances, winning that one game down in New Plymouth just recently, and I'm sure they'll be coming out here tonight looking to repeat that performance.
Kenny Stone can't make the first shot go, but Adrian Boyd with a rebound. Ralph Lattimore at the top. Still no score, first minute of play. Ricky Struthers goes in high, but we've got a goaltending call against John Lacey. And the basket will count 2-0 the Stars, and Willie Banks back with the Bears for New Plymouth.
The key to the game tonight for the Caltech Stars is going to be stopping the running game from New Plymouth.
Well, there's John Carr to John Lacey. Willie Banks there at the top, just talking about him being watched by Adrian Boyd. Auckland into a man-for-man defense. John Carr making a move inside. John Lacey along the baseline. Yeah, nice shot. 4-0 New Plymouth. My mistake, 4-2 in favor of the Bears. We've got 18.5 minutes left to play in the first half.
There's going to have to be a 40-minute effort by both teams to win this game here tonight, and it's only early days here yet.
Well, nice block from Kenny Stone gives the Stars another opportunity. 18-8 our score in favor of New Plymouth. 13:20 showing on the clock. We're in the first half of play. Sprite NBL action, quarterfinal play from the ASB Stadium in Auckland. And look at that. Ralph Lattimore, another Sprite NBL award winner this year. Willie Banks for New Plymouth. John Lacey from the side. No. Rebound, Steve McCulloch. Parlane Hawea. A high flyer. Very quick on the floor, this guy, and I like it. Jump shot, going to take it himself, not going to go. Rebound to Kenny Stone. Steve McCulloch. Good hustle from Auckland. Good hustle from Auckland produces a basket from Steve McCulloch that ties the game at 18 apiece. 11:53 to play in the first half, 24-23. The Caltech Stars by a point over the BP Bears. Ricky Struthers looking to go inside, pitches back to Kenny Stone. Kenny Stone goes inside. Blocked by John Lacey. We got Willie Banks on the run. Banks pulls up from 15, not going to go. Rebound, Darren Shaw. Nice rebound, but Shaw can't convert. John Lacey with a putback and puts New Plymouth now in front, 25-24, with just under 8 minutes to play in the first half. 11 points for John Lacey tonight, and a very quiet 11 points.
Again, as we mentioned earlier, he's a key to this game, but there was a transition. Willie Banks got the ball down the court very quickly, getting the Caltech Stars off balance, and Lacey able to follow up and get the tip-in rebound. 32-30 our score. Auckland over New Plymouth. 5 minutes, 19 seconds left to play in the first half. And it looks like Coach Tab Baldwin has got his team out there pressing full court. This is one of the things that has increased the tempo in Auckland's favor and caused a lot of turnovers by other teams during the course of the year. And there's an example of it right there. Adrian Boyd with the quick hands, able to get the steal and goes down and scores the easy 2 points at the other end.
Willie Banks from 20 feet. Not going to go. Richard Lamy with the rebound. Banks again from the baseline. Yeah. Ties the game at 44 apiece with 20 seconds left until the halftime whistle. Auckland going to try and get one more shot. They've got 22 seconds on the shot clock and 16 seconds in the game, so they can hold the ball until halftime, but they don't want to do that. They'll wind it down. They got 8 seconds now. 7. 5 seconds, got to get a shot. Simon Mesritz from the corner is not going to go. Rebound to New Plymouth, and that'll end our first half. Well, welcome back. Our second half, the Auckland Caltech Stars and the BP Bears from New Plymouth. Our score is tied at 44 all. We're just underway. Second half this quarterfinal. Richard Lamy going to look at it for the Bears. Blocked by Ricky Struther. Great defense from Struther. Gives the Stars the first opportunity of the second half. Pero Cameron is going to take it. 50-48 our score in favor of the Stars. 18-18 on the clock. Pero Cameron power spin blocked by Richard Lamy. Nice defense from Lamy. Lamy going down the middle. Can't find an outlet pass. John Carr out front. Jacques Tuz. Tuz going to go inside, back outside to Carr. Carr going to take the tray. Yeah, that's his signature shot. 56-55 in favor of Auckland. 15:25 left to play. Kenny Stone with a three.
Kenny Stone, an excellent three-point shooter, shooting 54% on the season, showing why. Pulls up with the three-pointer there, nothing but net.
67-65. The Caltech Stars over the BP Bears with 10:25 left to play in the game. Willie Banks out front for the Bears. Jacques Tuz. Darren Shaw. Baseline hook. No rebound. Steve McCulloch. Nice board. Adrian Boyd coming down with it. He's got his head up, going all the way in. Nobody there. 72-66. Auckland in front with 9.5 minutes to play. Simon Mesritz. Simon Mesritz comes off the bench for Auckland and wastes no time in putting it down to make it 75-66. And Auckland now starting to show their command of the game. John Carr, big three-pointer, yeah. 79-73. Willie Banks going high. Great shot from Willie Banks. Right down the pipe and into the stratosphere to make it 79-75. Stars still by 4. Hey, look at that. Wow. Ralph Lattimore at the line for Auckland with 19 seconds left, and the Stars leading at 95-90. Make that 96-90. Lattimore with 14 points on the night, and it looks at this stage as New Plymouth are going to go down, but they've gone down fighting. And they've played a terrific game here in the second one in Auckland. Jacques Tuz with the rebound. 17 seconds left to play. 96-90. Willie Banks forces one. Lacey get the rebound. He can't make it go. Auckland with the rebound. 9 seconds left. 96-90. Steve McCulloch for Auckland. McCulloch underneath Adrian Boyd. 1 second left, and that's our ball game. A great, great challenge from the BP Bears, but it falls short, and the Auckland Caltech Stars go on to the semifinals. They win this one 96-90.
The Nuggets are up against the Hawks. Hi, I'm Steve Joel, and welcome to Sprite NBL. And good evening to Bob Monti.
Good evening, Steve.
Bob, it's been happening now for one round. It's been the talk of the season, really. The best of three competition, this new way of running the playoffs. Is it working, do you think?
I think it's working very well, but it's interesting to get the definitive answer. I think you really have to ask the players, the coaches, and the team administrators. From the public's point of view, I think it's created huge interest in the game. The media coverage has been excellent, but we'll just have to wait until the end of the season and see how, after the dust settles, is it a good thing or is it not? Certainly it's created a lot of interest in the end of the season in the Sprite NBL.
One thing it seems to me to be doing is it's taking out a lot of the opportunity for a major upset. For example, if the Bears had, in the first game, tipped over Auckland, if there was only one game, obviously they're through. This takes a lot of the chance out of it, doesn't it?
Well, indeed it does, and I think what it does is it actually reinforces teams for performing well throughout the season. If you finish in one of the top 4 spots, you're really in the driver's seat when it comes to the playoffs, and we've seen that thus far. The top teams have by and large gone through 2-0 in the playoff series.
Indeed. Let's get right into the action now and check out one of the results from Game 1 between Hawke's Bay and Otago, played in the Deep South. Hawke's Bay pulling off a win in Dunedin, and Bob, if there was one game that Otago really had to win, it was the one they were playing at home.
That's the game that they wanted to win. They were down by 1 at halftime. They lose by 3. Otago really gave it a good shot. But I think it's a credit to the Hawke's Bay team. This is the hottest team in the second half of the season, remember. They've gone south. They played in the fridge. They beat Otago by 3. They couldn't be happier. And for Otago, it really means an uphill battle from this point on.
Indeed, and game 2, of course, is played in Napier. Let's check out now the starting 5s for those two teams.
For Hawke's Bay, the big 3, Willie Burton standing 6'8", Kerry Boagney 6'8", and Daryl Johnson 6'6". That's their forward line, and the 2 guards, Judd Flavel and Brendan Pongya. And remember, 2 players of the class of Byron Vitoi and Tyrone Brown do not start for this Hawke's Bay team. For Otago, their big 3, Glenn Denham standing 6'7", Leonard King 6'6", Sean Griggs, what an exciting player he is at 6'7". 1 guard, Markham Brown, 6'3", and watch Mark Dickel at 6 foot tall. Here is a flashy young player.
The Wycliffe Press Otago Nuggets play the home side, the ASB Bank Hawks, and after game 1, the Hawks lead it 1-0 with a 90-87 win down in Dunedin Stadium. Joining me tonight, Paul Trask.
I think both teams have got depth, but the Kiwi point guard matchup will be really exciting, I believe, with Judd Flavel trying to prove a point, Mark Dickel being the incumbent for the New Zealand team. How those 2 go will really set the scene for the whole game.
The Nuggets playing in the white shirts from our left to right. It's the Hawks, the home side, and the Blacks of all black strip, and the Nuggets first touch of the ball. That's Mark Dickel, one that Paul was talking about before. Inside Leonard King. First points of the game to Leonard King. It's 2-0. Now with the Hawks. And the Nuggets, Mark Dickel getting it down quick. Sean Griggs stripped away by Judd Flavel. The game opens at pace. Boagney. No roll for Boagney. Leonard King gets a rebound. Does that indicate the type of game we're going to see, the way the ball's gone up and down in the first instance?
Yeah, I believe so. Although everybody's been talking about Otago running this year, the Hawks run, and they run very well.
Boagney got a little piece of Leonard King putback. King for the third try. Try the fourth, Leonard, and he makes it. Back-to-back baskets, King. Who got that Hawks first basket?
Kerry Boagney.
That's the Jazz man. 2 for him, 4 for Leonard King so far. And it's a 4-2 ball game. The Nuggets over the Hawks. Willie Burton, I believe Burton could be very much a key to this in terms of his inside game, and he really needs to play in the paint, doesn't he?
He certainly does. And
Daryl Johnson on the turnaround and drilled it, DJ. Tough shot to make, Daryl Johnson, and he made it. Ties it at 4 each. 18:32 of the first half to go. Sean Griggs can't make it. Loose ball, Willie Burton, and that's the other key area, will be defensive rebounds for the Hawks. Burton's just grabbed his first. Flavel inside, can't get the finger roll. Johnson gets it and puts it back to go.
looks like Daryl Johnson's really turned on for tonight's game, and we could see a great game out of him.
Dickel in and out. Brings it back out to reset the offense. Griggs. Markham Brown. One of the lesser-known players in the starting five for the Nuggets, Glenn Denham. Glenn just beginning to show a little bit of lack of pace now, isn't there? Half a yard of it's gone from Glenn. Not quite as quick. Foul's been called. Let's have a look at who Stan Baddock's called it on. Here it is, you saw it, 33.
Judd Flavel.
Yeah. Late start here tonight, almost 40 minutes late because umpire Stan Baddock had a little trouble getting to Centennial Hall. John Burton also a little difficulty, but certainly was here in time, and they had to wait for Stan Baddock. So the what was 7:30 tip-off ended up being 10 past 8. We're now into the game. Big crowd here. Sean Griggs off the glass. Nice pass into Griggs, nice play from the Nuggets. Pongia. Oh, great play, Brendan Pogge. We were talking about him before the game. You asked me to rate him. Well, that's a play of a very good guard.
I think he's one of the best finishers off the break in the country, and he certainly shoots the ball well.
Nuggets with another one. Tied ball game, 8 apiece. Third tied lead we've had. Denham and Burton. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Nuggets ball. 17-16 of the first half of the Sprite NBL semi-final, match number 2. Remember the Hawks, 1 up with a home court advantage here this first game. Yet another one to play if they can't win tonight. We've got a match-up zone there. Oh, Griggs looking for a dunk, but checked by Willie Burton. Griggs got it back and dunked at that time. Sean Griggs, 4 points for Griggs. really, the defence hasn't been played much in the opening few minutes.
No, it hasn't really. They've been taking it pretty strong to the basket, and everybody's been watching.
Darryl Johnson on a nice pass. Backdoor cut from Darryl Johnson. Nice pass from Shakiri Boagni. 6 points to Johnson. White ball, the out-of-bounds play. Oh, great play inside. It won't go for Glendenham. Willie Burton get another rebound, and Judd Flavel will bring it away. Goes past Griggs. Nice pass in. Stripped away. Flavel gets it back. Goes up, and Judd Flavel. First points of the ball game for Judd. 12-10, the Hawks leader. Just over 4 minutes of the game gone. Brendan Pongia for Judd Flavel. It is calling the plays. Backdoor pass, Willie Burton up and over the top. Markham Brown too short. So getting a lot of backdoor plays, a lot of high screens coming. Otago must begin to adjust to that early in the piece.
Their transition on defence, their movement when the ball changes sides is not quick.
Glendenham on the little jump hook. It's Glenn's first points.
Typical Denham sort of move.
Cross-court pass from Flavel to Pongia at low post. Looking for Pongia again in the corner. Pongia, Pino, that's Flavel, gets inside, won't go. Burton can't make it. Boagni's in there, fights for it, loose ball. Otago and Leonard King's bound to go to the hoop. Yes, and make the layup. Strong at the hoop, Leonard King. In fact, I believe one of the strongest players in the league at going to the hoop.
Yes, certainly.
26-21, back to 5. Biggest lead they had was 7. Griggs gets around Johnson. He gets up in the air. No good. Park gets it all. Andrew Park could have put it back up off the glass. June for another 3. Won't go for him. Sean Griggs in there again, but can't get it. Andrew Park, again positive. Tries to strip it away. Griggs has got it. On the turnaround, yes, Sean Griggs. 8 points, Sean Griggs. Well, interesting chapter of errors there.
Yeah, but very messy, isn't it? Not very constructive at all.
Certainly the game has... this is the type of game we've got at the moment. Boagni inside won't go again that I would have expected to have in the opening minutes, but we had a furious pace and hoops been scored. Leonard King again strong to the hoop, but that won't go. Here's a 4-on-2 to the Hawks. Boagni goes around Griggs and lays it in. Jazzman has 6 points. Sean Griggs makes it for a 3. 11 for Griggs. Is that the first 3 we've had in the ball game?
I think it may be, yes.
Yeah, and it's taken almost all 9 minutes to get Boagni and King. Let's check the defense again on the Nuggets. It looks like a man-to-man. And Boagni's going to get a hoop counted there. The foul's going to be called, I think, this time on Leonard King. It is. Byron Botoe looks to penetrate inside, does the reverse, gets over top of Darryl June and drilled it, tough shot to make, and Byron Botoe drilled it, no trouble, thank you, he says. Opens the scoring. It's back out to 7:33 to 26. The last time I was here, my math was a bit bad, Paul, so just keep me in tow, will you?
Yes, we'll keep that Wellington math.
Mark Dickel for 3.
That's one aspect of his game. He's improved immensely over the last couple of years, his outside shooting.
Byron Botoe trying to find Johnson. Johnson tried to find Boagni and couldn't, and here's another turnover, and Dickel at pace yet again. Stops, and the 5-second offense really not what they needed, but he's got it back. Glendenham with a little jump hook. Glendenham with 10, back to a 3-point ball game, 36-33. But really the Nuggets don't look like they have done anything to actually be in control of this game to date.
No, but they've hung in there.
Here's a big jam. Yeah, Sean Griggs, ram jam. Thank you, man.
And that's a little bit of the type of team they are. You know, that they scramble, they get in front, they never give up.
Leonard King's taking a break, and Griggs got the steal, and he's narrowed it to 1 at 36-35. Oh, Botoe almost had it stripped away again by Griggs. There's Boagni. Tyrone Brown, nice pass into Darryl Johnson. Great play. Good execution of the offense by the Hawks.
Yes, it was. And they really needed to do that.
And here's a 4-on-3. Tony Brown dishes it to Botoe, and he steps in. Well, made it hard, but looked easy in the end.
It certainly did. When you've got hands that size, it makes it much easier.
Byron Botoe with 4. The ASB Bank Hawks, 40. The Wycliffe Press Moro Nuggets, 35. Here in Centennial Hall, Terry Orchard and Paul Trask calling you the action for Sprite NBL semi-final number 2. The other semi-final that's going on at the moment, you will see, obviously, is that between Auckland Stars and Wellington Saints. who will advance to the final. Denham for 3, flat, no good, and Willie Burton. The Nuggets not getting any second shots.
No, they're not at this point. Willie's sort of dominating the board.
Tyrone for 3, and we've got an intentional foul called, I believe, is it against Chris Pollard. Leonard King's gone down. 54, yep, Chris Pollard went running in and tried to tell Leonard King to get out of his office. Chris Pollard likes to work in the keyhole. So they can now only narrow it to a 1-point ball game. Dickel's out. June, Denham and Andrew Park will play inside. Griggs and Dickel will play in the guard spots. The Hawks lineup you see on the floor is Judd Flavel and Tyrone Brown. Was that Mark Dickel for 3?
That was Mark for 3. Just watching there, they appear to be playing a zone and not really getting out on the shooters on the wings and on the three-point line. Another backdoor play from the Hawks and easy score for Daryl Johnson.
And here's a break, but it's a 4-on-4 and Brown pulls up. Holds the play to Daryl Johnson and they'll work the offense around Pongia. They certainly rotate the ball well, don't hang on to it for long, the Hawks. And that's the name of the game, Johnson. Johnson finds Pongia for 3, yes. Carried on from where it left last time I was here. Brendan Pongia, 5 points in the game to date. And there it is, back to 6 already.
Very quick release, doesn't need a lot of room.
3.5 minutes of the first half remaining, and Leonard King's going to go to the changing shed. Could certainly be a pop rib cartilage the way he's hanging on, and he's in pain, and that's a shame because he's certainly a key factor to them, averaging 34 points per game in playoff basketball so far. Turnover. Nice recovery from Judd Flavel. He wants to push it at pace. Pongia again for 3. Back-to-back threes, Brendan Pongia. 8 points in the ball game. Willie Burton on the baseline with the turnaround J over Andrew Park, and he drilled it, Willie Burton. Willie Burton, just 6 points, but he's been doing it at the defensive end and certainly been at the offensive end, creating space for other players and contesting offensive rebounds. Griggs, nice turnaround jump shot. 15 points, Sean Griggs. And it's 50-43, still 7 points. 9's the biggest lead that they've had. At the Hawks, with 35 seconds of the first half remaining. Great basketball. The travel called on Johnny Simanu. His first look at the game.
I debate that sort of call because he took 2 steps and passed the ball. That's quite legal.
Well, that's really good hoops to watch. I mean, within 6 feet of the basket, and they've made 3 passes to try and get a 2-foot shot, and that shows confidence and it shows unselfish play. And here's a bit of pitter-patter going to be played on the outside. They're going to milk it down. 14-13 on the game clock remaining. No differential on the shot clock at all. They're going to try. Dickel's going to get one last shot for a 3, and it won't go. 4 seconds. They're going to hang around. King's going to try and get it at Kurt Griggs, and it's 1 second remains. It's going to be black ball. Tyrone's telling everyone to get down there. What you've got to try and do is chuck it at the hoop and hope that Willie can get up and tip it in. And it goes to Otago. Half-time, 50-43, the Hawks. The ASB Bank Hawks, the home side against the Wycliffe Press Moro Nuggets. In white playing now from right to left. The news you obviously all want to know is Leonard King spoke to Carl Dickel at half-time, and Paul not quite sure whether in fact it's a pop rib cartilage or may even be a cracked rib. He is heavily strapped. Carl Dickel wasn't very happy about the incident and hoping to be able to maybe have a view it again to see just what happened. So an intentional foul called against Chris Pollard on it, and it certainly has affected the performance of the Nuggets in the first half. Have they dug themselves a hole too deep, even though they're only 7 down?
How free King is. When we see that, I'll be able to make a better assessment of the situation, but really this next 5 minutes will be critical. Otago have got to get right back in the game then, or else it's gone for them. The season's finished.
Both sides with their starting fives, and Boagni gets into the game straight away off the grass. Kerry Boagni, 11, now takes himself to 13 points for the game, 11 of them in the first half.
Griggs replies.
Otago reply, and Sean Griggs gets himself 17. Game high so far, Sean Griggs. Turnover, and here come the Nuggets back again, and they do need some quick buckets, but maybe not from 3-point range. Griggs is short. Who's there on the boards? Brendan Pongia tidies it up. 52-45, still at 7. Flavel gets in, dishes. Signs Pongia. Well, saved by Brendan Pongia. Judd really probably should have thrown a little bit more height to that shot and let it go up off the glass.
Yeah, he looked up and saw the big man inside and bailed out of it.
19 minutes. Basketball remains. Is it going to be onward march for the Hawks? The pass like that from Johnson to Burton, one would suggest so. Willie Burton, 8 points in the game. 54-45. Back to 9. It was the biggest lead they've had. Glendenham. Griggs inside, double pumps in, gets the roll off the hoop. Sean Griggs, 19. Doing it all on the scoreboard for them, Sean Griggs, but probably not giving him a lot of work elsewhere that maybe they would expect from him. Griggs and Boagni. Griggs would have the foot speed on Boagni, but Boagni certainly has the moves. A nice cut off the back screen. Griggs gets a block shot. Boagni gets, yes, great play.
Good penetration, nice dish off.
Level to Boagni. There's Boagni 15 for the game. 4 quick points in the second half. Boagni 56-47. Denham tries a 3, won't go. Marcus Brown, tie ball, no foul's going to be called against Judd Flavel, I think, and that's his third.
That's his third foul.
So that will necessitate another change of guard. Tyrone Brown will check in, the coach.
I think at this stage, Tyrone's got to stay out there and eat up some minutes before Judd comes back on.
Certainly down to about the 14-minute mark, doesn't he? Bring Flavel back in maybe for 3 or 4 quick minutes, get him out again, protect him, and then get him back in for the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game. Brown finds Pongia for 3. Brendan Pongia. 3 tries for Pongia in the game, 11 points in the match for Brendan Pongia. Leonard King hasn't done much. Pongia fighting, but King recovers and he steps it back over half.
Leonard King doesn't look right, does he? He's moving slightly slowly, and with his power, he wouldn't have given up that ball anyway if he was fully fit.
59-47, 12 points, biggest lead the Hawks have had.
Nice backdoor move.
Willie Burton gets inside for another basket. Willie Burton, 10 points in the game. 4 second half points for him. Griggs trying to go one-on-one Boagni. That's not the way the Nuggets will get back in it. I think Carl Dickel's going to take a timeout at this early stage of the second half. Mark Dickel looking to get inside. Nothing there. Finds Markham Brown. He lets it go for 3 and drilled it, Markham Brown. Markham Brown gets his first points of the game.
Not pretty, but effective.
Narrows it to 11. Tyrone Brown, the old head of Tyrone Brown against the young Mark Dickel. Daryl Johnson on a fade away to the side.
Yeah, I think they'll give it in to Daryl quite often if Leonard King's on him and keep going at him. Bit messy in there. And Otago get away with a jam.
Sean Griggs with a ram jam. Thank you, ma'am. 23 points, Sean Griggs. Narrows it back to 8, 64-56, 14-12 with a game to go. You don't get some television channels in this part of the country, do you, eh? It's a bit sad. Is radio going up here yet? You heard of the wireless?
We got the telephone installed recently. No, we do get NBA here on Sky Channel. Supporters Club getting going now, trying to get them motivated to get that little extra going. Johnson with the tip. Nice play, Markham Brown. He ended up going back over the half of the ball, so he bounced it between his legs, and his teammate got it, which results in a hoop for Glendenham, 14 points. Just very hard to shake the Otago team. They keep coming back and back at you. Johnson looking for the foul. There's a 3-on-2. Brown, Pongia, great play. Excellent pocketbook fast break. Kerry Boagni finishes. Gives Boagni 19 points for the game so far. Sean Griggs and Markham Brown have come out. Darrell Jr. stepped into the game with Andrew Park. Glendenham, Leonard King and Mark Dickel make up the rest of the Nugget side. Brown and Pongia. Johnson, Burton and Boagni starting 5. No, not the starting 5. Brown being the first sub in. Judd Flavel on 3. Darrell Johnson on the turnaround off the glass, DJ. 22 for Darrell Johnson. 71-58. They extend it. Dickel's going to try and narrow it. Won't go. Johnson in there. Here's a 4-on-1. And the foul's been called. Leonard King's gone down. Been called on Mark Dickel. Well, it's not an advantage game, basketball, but ever if Hawke's Bay deserved to let her have a play go because it had to be a hoop. Some of those calls now in the NBA they're calling as intentionals, aren't they?
Yep.
No one in front of you and sure basket to be made.
Leonard King goes out, obviously struggling with the rib injury. Oh, nice little pass, Tyrone Brown. Into Brendan Pongia, the Jazz man off the glass. 21 points. Kerry Agnew. 15 to lead, 73-58. 11:26 to go. Good defence. And some rebounds. Brown inside to Burton. Burton won't go. Johnson tries to tip it in. Tries to hang on to the ball. It's loose. Burton's got it. Loose. Stacks on the middle there.
Excellent play.
But a scrum will go down on the free throw line with the Otago put in.
I think, you know, seeing Willie Burton, one of the veterans of the league, dive on the ball like that really looks great.
Well, it shows commitment, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
It says, as we interviewed him after the last game of regular season, I want a championship game, I want a championship. And he's certainly going to make sure with a 15-point lead that he'll try and do it. The Otago Nugget manager's not very happy. Carl Dickel scratching his hair. Probably getting a few more grey ones as well. The Hawks reset an offense. What have we got here on the D? Is it a man-to-man? Yes, it is. Boagni gets over the top of Darryl June. Can't buy the basket. Burton's in there. Here we go. Stacks on the mill again. No King. Oh, elbow and a forearm. And Burton's been hitting the ribs. So it's one apiece in the ribs. Sean Grigg did an alley-oop from Mark Dickel. Player tonight to date. Fall over, Willie, and the game will have to stop. And Willie Burton is winded. Leonard King through an elbow.
And right in front of the referee.
Well, not only did he elbow Willie Burton, maybe we can't see it on the replay, not only did he let an elbow go at